Jesus taught us to love ourselves and our families through various parables, teachings, and examples from his life. One of the most significant teachings of Jesus is the Great Commandment, which is to love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. Mark 12:30-31. This commandment emphasizes the importance of loving God and others, but it also implies that we must love ourselves in order to love others. Jesus taught that self-love is not selfish, but rather it is a necessary foundation for loving others. When we love ourselves, we are able to recognize our own worth and value, which in turn enables us to see the worth and value of others. This is evident in the parable of the Good Samaritan, where Jesus teaches that our neighbor is anyone in need, including ourselves. Luke 10:25-37. By showing compassion and kindness to ourselves, we are able to extend that same compassion and kindness to others. In addition to teaching us to love ourselves, Jesus also taught us to love our families. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus says, "Honor your father and mother, and anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death." Matthew 15:4, Exodus 21:17. This teaching emphasizes the importance of respecting and honoring our parents, which is a fundamental aspect of loving our families. Jesus also teaches that our families are not just limited to our biological relatives, but also include our spiritual family, which is the community of believers. Matthew 12:46-50. Jesus' teachings on love and family are not just limited to these examples, but are also evident in his interactions with his own family. Jesus' relationship with his mother, Mary, is particularly notable. At the wedding in Cana, Jesus performs his first miracle at the request of his mother, demonstrating his love and respect for her. John 2:1-11. Additionally, when Jesus is on the cross, he entrusts his mother to the care of his disciple, John, showing his concern for her well-being. John 19:25-27. Furthermore, Jesus teaches us to love our families by being present and engaged with them. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus tells the parable of the prodigal son, which illustrates the importance of being present and accepting of our family members, even when they have made mistakes. Luke 15:11-32. This parable teaches us that love is not conditional, but rather it is unconditional and accepting. Jesus also teaches us to prioritize our families by being mindful of our words and actions towards them. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus says, "But I tell you that anyone who is angry with a brother or sister will be subject to judgment." Matthew 5:22. This teaching emphasizes the importance of treating our family members with kindness and respect, even in times of conflict. In conclusion, Jesus taught us to love ourselves and our families through his teachings, parables, and examples from his life. He showed us that self-love is not selfish, but rather it is a necessary foundation for loving others. Jesus also taught us to love our families by respecting and honoring our parents, being present and engaged with them, and prioritizing them by being mindful of our words and actions towards them. By following Jesus' teachings, we can learn to love ourselves and our families in a way that is unconditional, accepting, and life-giving. As we love ourselves and our families, we are able to reflect the love of God to those around us and to create a more loving and compassionate community. Ultimately, Jesus' teachings on love and family remind us that we are all worthy of love and acceptance, and that we should strive to extend that same love and acceptance to those around us.